Hello, everybody. Accureye here, and welcome back to another Accureye Talks To. And in today's Talks To, I just decided I wanted to talk about something that to me was kind of interesting, and I thought would be kind of an interesting talking. That's should you hot drop or should you not hot drop? Now, what does hot drop mean? In Battle Royale games, there is a term called hot dropping. And, of course, this term is basically dropping into basically a hot zone or a zone where everyone is pretty much going to be. And I'm going to try to do my best to explain the cons and the pros of hot dropping and not hot dropping as best as I can. Now, this might be a bit of a shorter video than most of my other videos, but I consider this a important thing to learn in case you're one of those people that are like, Accureye, I've had times where I can't find any action, and I'm literally getting tired of not finding any action, but I've also had times where I'm not finding enough. And, here's my way of explaining the pros and cons of hot dropping versus not hot dropping. First of all, we'll go over kind of the pros, and then I'll try to go over the cons of every little detail. So, let's go ahead and get started. First of all, the pros of hot dropping. One of the biggest pros of hot dropping is that you are going to see a lot of action. You will, of course, be able to maybe rack up tons of people's numbers. You may even be able to take out full squads in a matter of just a few minutes, if not a few seconds. And again, this is a nice pro because it means that you have less competition that can be in your vicinity or even in the late game when everyone is pretty much already set up and, pretty much has all the guns they need. When it comes down to hot dropping, dropping in, especially in a hot zone or in a zone where everyone is going to be trying to look for something, if you manage to find something in the hot zone or when you just drop immediately on somebody, it means that you have the advantage of taking out a few people early on. This means that you also have to work very fast, but, it's one of the biggest pros, at least in my opinion, for the game is that, you early on can automatically, as it is, be set for a fight, be set for, just causing havoc, if you will. And, again, like I've said, that's one of the biggest, I think, pros of being in the hot zone and being able to, in general, just be able to take somebody, into a run, and you'll see that, like, kind of here where, it's nice to have that hot zone drop because it gives you an advantage. Now, what are the pros of being in a non-hot zone or dropping in a zone that doesn't actually have many people that are in, that are, of course, in the, vicinity? Well, one of the biggest pros of not going into a hot drop or dropping into a conflict zone is you have time to prepare. You don't have to worry about people fighting you. You don't have to worry about being in the middle of a situation where it's like, oh, okay, I'm literally, in a point of, just having people, of course, have my number immediately, have a point of me being, attacked. And, obviously, that's one of the biggest, advantages is you can take time to basically, hang out, prepare, and be ready for battle. But, of course, with that, you won't see much action, and you may never see a fight for a long, long period of time. Obviously, with that being said, it is what it is, and, of course, with that having been said, it is basically just something that can and will possibly happen. Now you're probably wondering what happened there, and that's basically I just rage quit because that person didn't even revive me. They didn't bother to revive me, so whatever. But anyway, continuing with the pros of hot dropping and whatnot, one of the biggest pros is the action that you get to see. You manage to be able to prepare yourself and maybe even get yourself ready for quick attacks and whatnot. But, it is what it is, basically. Anyway, with that being said, what are the cons of hot dropping versus not hot dropping? Well, the biggest con of hot dropping is the fact that you're going to see action early, and if you're not prepared, if you are literally stuck in a gunfight, and you don't have a gun, you may end up dropping really, really quick. This is one of the biggest things and biggest reasons why many people don't like hot dropping. It's literally just a zone where, you might actually end up falling. You may actually end up having a point of, oh, crap, I literally, just dropped a bomb. And, it does happen. Of course, this con means that you may have your whole squad eliminated or wiped out if they're not prepared, especially if you're not in a group. But, it's a con nonetheless. One of the biggest cons about, for instance, one of the biggest cons about, not hot dropping or not going into a conflict zone, is the fact that you will end up with situations where you may or may not, and I do apologize for my phone going off, but, you may end up with situations where you may or may not be able to, basically hang on to, hang on to a fight. You may not actually be able to do a fight. And, that's one of the biggest cons about not hot dropping is that you won't see action. You may not rack numbers in the kills or whatever. You may not number up, rack up W's. And it also means that by not hot dropping, you will also have a time where you'll basically end up, with being prepared and yet running into another team that's pretty much prepared. This is why my personal preference is to hot drop, because, well, hot dropping will not give you a quote-unquote, advantage with the preparation department. You will see that hot dropping does end up making you a better overall prepared player. You will overall be able to, overall, get things going. You will be able to maybe drop a few numbers compared to most other people. But, it is what it is. And I leave the choice up to you on how you decide what you want to do. Personally, my preference, as with anything, is to basically, of course, go into doing hot dropping. Is to basically drop into conflict zones. It's not the easiest. It's not the easiest at all, but it's also one of the best ways to prepare yourself and ready yourself for the skill needed to basically win, I guess. But, that's just my point of view. And with that being said, thank you everybody for joining me today on this video. Thank you for being here. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for hanging out. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, get subscribed, hit the bell notification because I know you want to know when my next video drops next. Thank you everybody for joining me today on this video. Thank you for being here. Thank you for stopping by. And, until the next one, everybody, this is Accureye signing out and saying, farewell, everyone. I also forgot to say that I am live on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/Accureye. I am live on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday for sure. And I do apologize that I forgot to put this in there for about 4 to 5 hours. And usually, I've been lately being able to pull out a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday stream. Monday and Tuesday and potentially Sunday will be about 2 to 3 hours. Sunday will always be around the bonus stream. It just depends on how I feel. But thank you everyone for joining me once again. And like I said, until the next one, this is Accureye signing out and saying farewell, everyone.